Hey guys, so in today's video I wanted to address a comment that was left on one of my videos. So the video that this person left the comment on was titled Answering Your Questions About CNA Reciprocity. I don't really know if I was responding to comments in that video too, or if it was just this video, but anyways. This person says, can you talk about having multiple call lights in a shift of 18 to 20 patients for yourself? So I'm not sure exactly what information you would like to, if there's specific information you would like me to cover about that. However, I will tell you that a majority, let's see, you said 18 to 20 patients, a majority of the time when I worked night shift or when I worked at the assisted living, I always had at least 20 patients at assisted living on the assisted living side. So when I worked at the assisted living, we had an assisted living side, and then we had memory care, because there was a small memory care section at that assisted living facility. Working night shift though, like at any facility, majority of the time I had at least 15 patients. More than likely it was closer to 20. Working on the trach unit, I had like 18 patients by myself that were all total care except for maybe like 2 of them. So it was definitely very rough. And obviously on the trach unit we didn't really have call lights because those people were more kind of, I don't really know what word to say that's more appropriate. It's not that they weren't like with it, but they were more like to the point where they didn't really push call lights. We still had them available for them, obviously, because, you know, legally you have to, but these were residents that didn't really push the call lights or anything. Working at assisted living, I kind of felt like a chicken with my head cut off sometimes because we didn't really have call lights per se, but we had pagers, and every time somebody would push, like, we had like little buttons similar to like a life alert system, where the residents at the assisted living could push their button if they needed help, or there was a button in their room that they could push if they needed help. So it was kind of like a call light. However, like it would go to the pager of everyone. So like even if it wasn't your resident, you would still be getting pages about it. And sometimes, I swear to you, like for the longest time after working there, it felt like my phone was vibrating in my pocket all the time, even when it wasn't, because like I kept my pager either in my pocket or clipped to my pocket, and it always vibrated plus made noise. So I always felt like a chicken with my head cut off at assisted living, because a lot of the stuff for that was more like really, I don't really want to say like anything inappropriate, but it was really like stuff that they didn't necessarily need to be calling us for. Like there was a couple times where I had residents page me to get them a cup out of their sink, which was like 5 feet away from them. And this was someone who could walk by themselves, who could really like take care of themselves. I think it was more like they wanted company. At the nursing home, I also, like, there were a couple nursing homes I worked at where there were some very needy residents. And when I say that, I mean like they wanted attention. They were constantly on the light. And so like having a full night of working with those particular residents, like there was a nursing home I worked at where it seemed like I always got assigned to this one particular hallway, and that hallway had 2 of the most needy residents, and they were like, one was at the very beginning of the hallway and one was at the very end of the hallway. And so it was definitely annoying when the one at the very end of the hallway, she would be on the call light, like calling us to fix her pillow, or because she dropped her charger, which I get the dropping your charger part because this woman was bedbound, but like her pillow wasn't fluffy enough, or she had like a little neck pillow, like the kind that you can travel with. It kind of looks like a horseshoe. She always wanted that adjusted, or she wanted it moved a little bit, or somebody didn't pull her blanket up far enough, or the nurse didn't pull her sheet up right, or, you know, like stuff like that. She would call, and then the lady at the front would call. So it was just very rough when you would have those types of nights. Some nights, both of them would kind of be off the call light, like they would be sleeping. And those nights were few and far between, and so I was definitely very happy when those nights occurred. I think that if you're looking for tips, I can definitely make another video about like tips for what to do when you have that many call lights going off at once. I would hope that your coworkers would step in and try to help you. Although I have worked in multiple facilities where coworkers, I guess, didn't believe in teamwork, or they weren't very helpful, whether that was purposely or they just like they were drowning themselves. So definitely keep this in mind. Side note, if you see a coworker who is having a hard time, you see them with a billion call lights going off at the same time, and they're trying and they're drowning, and you can see them struggling to get their work done, please help them. Don't be the jerk that sits there and lets them suffer and fail with no help. Like, that's not cool, not only to your coworker but also to the residents, because it kind of speaks to the type of person that you are if you can't help your fellow coworker provide the right proper care. So anyways, I will make another video talking about like what you should do when you're working as a CNA and you have like multiple call lights going off at the same time when you're working like that. So please stay tuned for that. Again, I hope this was what you were trying to get out of your comment, because you just said, can you talk about it? So like I said, I will make a video giving you guys some tips on what to do in that situation. Hopefully it's helpful. Hopefully this was interesting for you guys to kind of hear like some of the things that I've had go on. So yeah, stay tuned for that video. If you guys have any questions or any topics you would like me to discuss in the future on my channel, please be sure to let me know. I'd be glad to get something filmed for you. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys next time.